It's Wednesday night, the 22nd, 23rd of March. Been kind of crazy, but I'm having to change the U-joint on the front drive shaft of my truck. I had, for some reason, previous owner or somebody who owned it before him, I don't know, had taken apart half the U-joint and took all the needle bearings out and cleaned all the grease out, so it was just, there was nothing left to it. And I discovered it when I went to do some work. I'm going to show you a quick, if I can get it to reverse screen. Come on, there we go. Okay, that's the way it was when I found it. Now the white coating is a dry lubricant, but that's the way I found it, no grease. Okay, so I took it out to get rid of it. I'm doing this recording with nitrile gloves on, but anyway, where I park is grass and a little bit of asphalt, but it's been raining for the last couple of weeks off and on, so it's really soft out here and I'm starting to have problems turning around. That's what all that is. Okay, so I haven't had my four-wheel drive to kick in when I'm having to turn around. But anyway, it's been driving me nuts. So I decided today I'm going to go ahead and put the drive shaft or the U-joint in. So it's not cooperating too much. I'll get this set up to where I can show you guys what I'm doing. So we're going to see if I can make this work. I'm going to use one of my tools to prop you up on. Yeah, that'll work, I think. Okay, let's see if we can't get y'all propped up right. That ain't going to work because it's going to create an angle, so we'll see what we can do here. I swear, some days I can't win. Okay, move those. Okay, let's see if I can show you that now. Okay, I think I can make this work now. Okay. Now, I've already started doing some of the work. I rented a ball joint press to start pressing the bearing out, or the U-joint out. Problem is, because it's sat for so long, I've been having pure hell getting it loose. I should be able to grab onto it with my big pliers and have it come out, and it's just not cooperating. Watch it decide to do it now. I was trying. I will give it that. This is actually the furthest I've gotten it so far. Let's see if I can't get it a little bit further. Because there was no grease in there, it's binding up on my on the inside of the U-joint and making it hard to come out. Okay, there we go. Now see, there's the needle bearings in this one. I don't know if y'all can see them or not. Those are needle bearings, and that thing is bone dry. There should be some kind of lubricant in there. And of course, some U-joints weren't designed to be lubed up. So that's what's happened, is it was not designed to be greased. Now, get my press back on here. See if I can make this line up right. Not exactly the easiest thing to do. I'm not using my air tools because it's so noisy to do it like that. So we're just going to try and make it work with wrenches if I can. Now, okay, reposition. Dang it. This is not cooperating tonight. Sorry about that. Sometimes these things just don't work right. Now, when I was a kid, we didn't use a ball joint press to do this. We did it with a hammer and an old socket. And it worked. Just when you're trying to be quiet, it's too noisy. Let's see if I can't get a better bass on here. Maybe. If I can get a better bass on this, I might be able to make it work. Maybe not. Nope. Okay, so there is no better bass than this. So, this is what I've got. Let's see if we can center this thing again. Lubricant. This is actually a dry lubricant. So I'm hoping I can use that. Some days I just can't seem to win. Now it's not going in the hole straight. But yeah, earlier I had it go straight. Go figure. So, this is the kind of stuff that I deal with sometimes when working on cars. Things just don't cooperate. Okay, so that cap wants to come out. Okay, well, it decided it was ready to come out without going back in right, like that. Anyway, bone dry once again. Now, the new universal joint, I've already looked at it, has a grease zerk on it, unlike the other one. The old one had nothing, no way of greasing. I don't know if it's as heavy, but it's an original. Plus, if I do this gently, you can still see the needle bearings in there, and there's some grease. So, this is the hard part, is getting this in right. Make sure that fits right. And of course, wouldn't you know it, it doesn't. They sold me the wrong one, it looks like. Well, ain't this just a wonderful thing? They sold me the wrong one, it looks like. Can't picture them selling me... Oh, I guess it is the right one, but it's just weird. Half of it's one size and the other half is the other. So that tells me what I need to know right there. Okay, I want to put that way. So, flip that back upright. Now, let me see if I've got a rag handy. Now this is always the hardest part, getting this in like this, because you're trying not to get any dirt or debris in there. And this is already pretty well rusted out, so there's a little burr there. Okay, so let's see what we can do here to get this in. Now, I've never had one slide in that easily, that loosely. They've always been very, very tight. But I'm not going to complain about it, because that'll make it a lot easier getting this in. Okay. So that's ready. Now let's see if we can't get this in, pressed in the rest of the way. Okay, here goes nothing. Wow, that's a trip. I've never had one go in that easy. Okay, now, the U-joint will have some clips on it that look like this, but some of them even have that style clip like that. And mine has this style. So I'm going to put one of them in now so that the universal joint pushes up against it when it's all the way in. Where'd it go? There it is. Is that it? Nope, that's the rusted one. Landed on what I have y'all propped up against. Make sure you're still recording. Now these things can go flying across the room. I have seen that happen before. Okay, now let me get my little poker and make sure this is all the way down. Okay, let's make sure. I want to make sure all this is locked in. I'll start myself with that thing. Okay, now put this back on. Get this thing pressed down the rest of the way. be in all the way. And it's up against something that shouldn't be, because it's not going in quite all the way. Now, this other end keeps trying to catch on anything and everything. Don't tell me you caught something. You little son. Looks like one of the needle bearings fell out while I was working with it. So, take this out again. Always a pain. Never cooperates. Now, I'd normally do this with some needle nose pliers, but I don't know where mine are. So, I'm just making do with what I've got. And she's on the ground. God only knows where. Okay. Let's see if we can press this back out again. There's that. Check that real quick. Yep, just what I thought. One little needle bearing, small as it is, managed to drop down and keep the cap from going on all the way. Okay, let's put that back on. This back in place, hopefully. Got any more issues? Sorry about that. That's it. And that was the easiest way to do it. Okay, I'm going to stop for a second and put my clip back in. Put a clip in. The other side. I know this thing's noisy, what I'm doing, but unfortunately that's the nature of the beast on this job when you're working on the tailgate of your truck. Now, some days I just can't win. There we go. Sorry about that. Now it's seated fully. Now back to putting the drive shaft back, or the U-joint in. Okay, so for some reason my internet died on my Wi-Fi. So we are back again. I don't know how long it was down, but I am fighting still with this because now it's acting like there's another needle bearing falling down on the opposite side. And that's exactly what happened. And of course, where would it fall but in the worst place possible? Ay, 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 ay. Let's see if I can get it now. See it? Now I gotta hold that up. For great sake. Sorry about the noise, guys. Okay, there it is. Come on now, get back here. Okay. Ain't that just wonderful? I ain't gonna worry about that. I'm not happy about that. Because now I gotta take this thing halfway apart just to get it. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and stop this video for now while I get this needle bearing back. Sorry about that.